The government has been quietly cutting survivor benefits from widows and widowers for 43 years. They never sent a letter, they never made a phone call, they never put a notice in the mail, and now a new law just made all of that money available again. 3.2 million widows and widowers lost money they earned. Not a small cut, not a small reduction. Their entire survivor benefit gone. $0. Nothing. If your spouse worked and paid into Social Security, you were supposed to get their benefit when they passed away. But one rule almost nobody knows about took that money away: the government pension offset. And here is what makes this so shocking. If you worked a government job like a teacher, firefighter, or police officer, and your spouse also worked and paid into Social Security, you got nothing. Not reduced, completely gone. We are talking up to $1,573 every single month. Over 40 years, that adds up to more than $230,000. That is a new car every 3 years. That is a house payment covered for 20 years. That is retirement security. And they kept it quiet. No phone call, no letter, no reminder. Just silence for 43 years. Then, January 5th, 2025 happened. President Biden signed the Social Security Fairness Act into law. That law killed the government pension offset. That law killed the windfall elimination provision. And it made both retroactive to January 1st, 2024. That means widows and widowers across America are now owed back payments. Small cases pay around $4,000. Larger cases pay over $22,000. Are you in this group? Do you get or used to get a government pension? Did your spouse ever work and pay into Social Security? If you said yes to both, you may be owed money right now. Let me show you exactly what to do step by step. Stay until the end, because the third step is the one almost nobody takes, and it is the only one that actually works. Let me explain the rule in plain English. The rule is called the Government Pension Offset, or GPO for short. For 43 years, this rule affected widows and widowers across America. Here is what it did. If you worked a government job that did not pay into Social Security, you got a government pension. Teachers, firefighters, police officers, state workers, federal workers, many of these jobs had their own retirement system. They did not pay Social Security taxes. So when you retired, you got a government pension. Now here is where the rule got ugly. If your spouse also worked, paid into Social Security, and then passed away, you were supposed to get their benefit. That is called a survivor benefit. Widows and widowers are supposed to get up to 100% of what their spouse earned. But the government pension offset said something different. It said the government should subtract 2/3 of your pension from your survivor benefit. Let me show you how this worked. Let's say your pension was $1,500 a month. 2/3 of that is $1,000. If your survivor benefit would have been $900, the rule subtracted 1,000 from it. 900 minus 1,000 equals -100. You got zero. Nothing. Not a penny. And this happened to 3.2 million people for 43 years. For some of them, the survivor benefit was over $1,500 a month. That money just disappeared, wiped out by one rule. A rule almost nobody knew existed. A rule nobody explained at retirement. A rule that took money away from widows who already lost a spouse. Now, you may be thinking, why did this rule exist? The government said it prevented double dipping. They said people were getting paid twice, a pension and a survivor benefit. But here is the truth. The spouse paid into Social Security their whole life. That money came out of their paycheck every single week. It was not charity. It was not a gift. They earned it. And when they died, that earned benefit should have gone to the surviving spouse. Instead, the rule stole it for 43 years. Let me tell you what this looked like in real life. Imagine a teacher who worked for 32 years. She taught third graders in Ohio. She paid into Social Security on a part-time summer job she had in college. Her husband worked for 40 years at a steel mill. He paid into Social Security every single week. When her husband passed away, she thought she would get his benefit. Her husband's benefit was $1,400 a month, but the government pension offset kicked in. Her pension was $2,100 a month. 2/3 of that is $1,400. It matched her survivor benefit exactly. so she got zero. $0 from her husband's lifetime of paying in. For 8 years, she lived on her pension alone. She skipped doctor visits. She skipped dental work. She kept her heat lower in the winter. She thought the system was fair. She did not know there was even a fight happening in Congress to fix it. Now imagine a firefighter in California. He served 26 years. He did not pay into Social Security. His wife worked as a nurse for 40 years. She paid in. When she passed away from cancer, her survivor benefit would have been $1,200. But the offset said he got zero. Nothing. He wrote letters to Congress. He called his representative. Nobody helped. For 14 years, he got nothing. Stories like this played out millions of times. 3.2 million widows and widowers, over 43 years. Billions of dollars taken. They paid in. They expected protection. They got nothing. And the worst part? They did not even know they were being shortchanged. The government never told them. How did this rule last 43 years? That is a good question. The government pension offset became law in 1983. That same year, the windfall elimination provision did too. Both rules targeted public servants. Both rules cut their benefits. Both rules went mostly unnoticed by the people they hurt. Over the next 40 years, members of Congress tried to fix it. 300 bills were introduced. 300, not 300. And how many passed? Zero, none. For 40 years, every attempt to fix this rule failed. Why? Because the rule was hidden. Most Congress members did not even understand how it worked, and the people it affected were not loud enough to make noise. Widows, retired teachers, firefighters, police officers, federal employees, they went home, they lived their lives, they did not organize rallies, they did not storm Capitol Hill, they just got smaller checks every month. But something changed. In 2023, the Social Security Fairness Act was introduced. This time, more than 300 members of Congress signed on as co-sponsors, Republicans and Democrats, liberals and conservatives. This was the moment. After 40 years of failing, the bill finally passed both houses. It went to the president's desk. January 5, 2025, it was signed into law. 43 years of silence, 300 failed bills. Then suddenly, it passed. Why now? Because widows called, because teachers called, because police officers called, and finally, somebody listened. Now let me tell you exactly what the new law did. The Social Security Fairness Act was signed on January 5, 2025. This law did two big things. First, it killed the windfall elimination provision. That rule cut benefits for people who worked jobs with their own pension. Second, it killed the government pension offset. That rule killed survivor benefits for widows with government pensions. Both rules, gone, completely gone, not reduced, not phased out, completely gone. And here's the part that matters most for widows. The law is retroactive to January 1st, 2024. That means if you have been losing money since January 1st, 2024, you may be owed back payments. The Social Security Administration must now recalculate every affected account. They must send back pay. They must increase monthly checks. This is the moment millions of widows have been waiting for. 43 years of silence. And finally, the money is real. Let me give you the numbers. The average monthly increase is around $300, but the maximum is $1,573. $1,573 every single month. That number matters. If you were getting zero, you may now get $1,573 every month for the rest of your life. Let me show you what that adds up to. $3,146 every 2 months. $37,752 a year. Over 10 years, that is more than $377,000. One rule change, one signature, $377,000 in your pocket. Now, about the back payments. If you lost your survivor benefit starting January 1st, 2024, the government owes you every dollar. Small cases pay around $4,000 in back pay. Larger cases pay over $22,000. Let me give you a real example. A widow in Pennsylvania. Her spouse paid into Social Security for 37 years. His benefit would have paid her $1,400 a month. But the offset killed it. She got zero. She lived on her teacher pension alone, her small house, her old car, her careful grocery trips. After the new law passed, her case was recalculated. The back payment, $22,400, lump sum, direct deposit, her new monthly check, $1,400. That is real money. That is life-changing money. That is money she earned. 3.2 million people qualify for some version of this fix. The Congressional Budget Office estimated the total payout. Over 10 years, more than $196 billion will move from the government back to ordinary people. $196 billion. That is real. Now, here is what you need to know. Not everyone has received their money yet. The Social Security Administration is processing millions of cases. They announced they would start paying in February 2025. But here is the truth. Some people got their back pay, some people did not. Some people got the lump sum, but their monthly check is still wrong. Some people have not heard anything at all. Why? Because of processing time. Millions of cases, millions of accounts to fix, millions of calculations to run, bureaucratic delay. And here is a critical warning. SSA is not calling you. SSA is not sending letters. If you have not checked, you do not know if your case is done. You have to check yourself. You have to log into your account. You have to look at your numbers. Because if your account still shows the old calculation, you are still being shortchanged. And every month you wait, you lose more money. This is why you need to act now. Today, not tomorrow, not next week, now. Listen for your group. If you hear yourself, this applies to you. The first group is public school teachers. You taught in a public school. You paid into a state teacher retirement system. You did not pay Social Security. If your spouse passed away and they paid into Social Security, this law affects you. States with the biggest impact include California, Texas, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Illinois, New York, and Florida. If you taught in any of these states, check your account. The second group is firefighters, police, and state or local government workers. You worked for a city, county, or state government. You had a government pension. You did not pay into Social Security. If your spouse worked and paid into Social Security, this law may give you back pay. This includes firefighters, police officers, deputies, correctional officers, and state employees. The third group is federal employees hired before 1984. You are on the CSRS system. That is the old federal retirement system. You did not pay Social Security. If you lost a spouse, your survivor benefit was cut or eliminated. The new law fixes this. The fourth group is widows and widowers whose survivor benefit was eliminated. This is the group for this video. If you are 65 or older and you lost your spouse's survivor benefit because of the government pension offset, you qualify. You may be owed up to $1,573 every month. You may be owed over $22,000 in back pay. If you hear yourself in this group, do not stop watching. Now the 3 steps. Step 1 works for teachers, firefighters, police, federal employees, and some widows. Step 2 is the phone call. Step 3 is for widows specifically. Let me walk you through all of them. Step 1 is to check your My Social Security account online. Go to ssa.gov, click My Social Security, log into your account, look at your benefit statement. Find the line that shows your monthly amount. Find the line that mentions WEP or GPO. If you see either of those, your account has not been fully corrected. If you see a line that says not yet corrected, your back pay is still pending. This is where most people stop. They see the old number and they assume it is right. It is not right. If your account still shows the old amount, you need Step 2. Step 2 is to call the Social Security Administration. The main number is 1-800-772-1000. Write it down, 1-800-772-1000. Call during off-peak hours if you can. Early morning or late afternoon is best. When you reach an agent, here are the exact words to use. I want to verify whether my account has been fully corrected under the Social Security Fairness Act for the government pension offset. Do not change those words. Repeat them if you need to. If the agent says your case is pending, ask this. Can you give me an expected processing date? Write down whatever they say. If the agent says your case is closed but your monthly amount is wrong, say this. I would like to file a formal request for reconsideration. That opens a new review. A supervisor will look at your file. Now, most people stop here. But if you are a widow, there is one more step. Step 3 is for widows only. If you lost your spouse and your survivor benefit was eliminated, ask this question exactly. Does my case require a new survivor benefit application under the Social Security Fairness Act? This is different from a correction. Some widows need a brand new application filed. Without this step, your back pay will not process correctly. If the agent says yes, ask them to walk you through the next steps on the phone. If they say no, ask them to confirm your case number. Write it down, save it. This step determines whether you get paid or not. Do not skip it. Now write this down. Step 1, check your account online. Step 2, call 1-800-772-1000. Step 3, if you are a widow, ask about a new survivor benefit application. Got it? Good. Now let me close this out. The government took survivor benefits from widows for 43 years. They did it with one rule, the government pension offset. They did it quietly. No letters, no calls, no reminders. Then on January 5th, 2025, the Social Security Fairness Act changed everything. The rule is gone. The money is real. The average payout is over $22,000 in back pay. And some widows now get up to $1,573 every single month. But here is the problem. The government is not calling you. The government is not sending letters. You have to call them. You have to check your account. You have to ask the right questions. If you do nothing, nothing changes. If you take these 3 steps, your money starts moving. 43 years they kept this quiet. The money is real. The deadline is now. They are not calling you, so you have to call them. The best thing you can do right now is send this video to one person you love who is over 65 and collects Social Security. That one share might put $22,000 in their account. Money the government has been holding since 2024 without sending a single letter to tell them it exists. If you are not subscribed yet, do that right now and hit the bell. Social Security rules change every single year. When they change, nobody explains what it means for your specific situation. That is exactly what this channel does. Do not let this video end without doing something. Go to ssa.gov, log in, check your amount. If it is still wrong, call 1-800-772-1000. That is how this money moves from the system into your account. $1,573 a month is waiting. $22,000 in back pay is waiting, but only if you act today, right now. Go.